Okay, hello, welcome to another Becoming a Modern Man. Here's the deck we're going to be playing today, and it's a Restore Balance deck. So this is basically a general Cascade deck. With Cascade spells here, Pardon Please and Violent Outbursts, cascading into Restore Balance, which hopefully you will get the better of using these border posts here, so you have little to no lands, which means that your opponent has to sack a load of lands. Hopefully you won't have many cards in your hand, so they have to discard, and yeah, basically wipes their whole board, and then you can land something like Gargadon, or maybe play March of the Machines to turn all your border posts into creatures, and then win from there, hopefully. So let's see how we go in this match. Can get it underway. Just resize my hand here. There we go. Looks a bit better. So we're up top here, and we're on the play here. Given this hand, we've got a Violent Outburst, got a couple of border posts as well, and a basic. So I think this is a keepable hand. Seems decent. This is first time I'm really playing the deck though, so apologise for any mistakes I make. So we're going to drop another border post here. I'm just going to use Martyr's Hands, getting quite a lot of life, all the way up to 32. Then there's a Serra Ascendant to follow that up, which is going to be a 6/6. That's a bit of a problem. Probably going to want to outburst pretty soon. Yeah, actually we're going to use the Oblivion Ring to get rid of the Serra Ascendant first, as we don't want to outburst just yet, especially if since we've drawn this Greater Gargadon, which means that we can actually play that, and then we can sack our land, which means that he'll have to sack all his lands, which definitely seems like a good thing for us. The Solstice is kind of a pain because he's going to have a lot of life, which means it's going to take a while to kill him. And in the meantime, he can build back up. Also, he's got a very low curve, so this probably isn't the best of matchups. But we'll see how we go here. I'm going to play out my Greater Gargadon. I mean, Suspended. He's going to play another Soul's Attendant. Get some Squadron Hawks. And his Pridemate's going to get quite large. He's going to attack for 7 here. I'm going to use my Spirit Guide to meaning he's going to have to discard down to 3, and I'm going to be able to wipe his board. I can't remember if I sack my land here. Yeah, I do, so that's good. So yeah, wiped his board. Unfortunately we haven't got anything much going on just yet to start building back up from. The first here, Blood Moon, seems that's not very useful, and a Restore Balance, and keep these other cards. Violent Outburst just in case we need to Restore Balance again, and actually play a March here. Seems pretty good. Seems though he's still stuck on lands, still building back up. Be careful about when you play March though, because once you've played March, you've got creatures on the board, which means it's generally less good, as they're able to keep some number of creatures if you actually did it, and you might even end up sacking more creatures than you've got. So there we see that he's got a hand with Path, a couple of Squadron Hawks, Spectral Procession, and an Angel of Duelation. So not too worried about any of that really. He can Path if he needs to, but I think we're still pretty much in the driver's seat, and you might want to keep that Path for the Gargadon if you can. We're still hitting him for 9. Sadly he's got a lot of life, but if he can't find that second land, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. So he does find the second land here. Doesn't play anything, which is a little interesting. and I'm just going to attack for 9 again. Not quite sure why I didn't play Squadron Hawk or something. The Pride Mate. It's on 19, which is considering all that we've been through at this stage. And things are going to get a little bit more complicated here. So I get my Gargadon down, finally, but it's probably going to get Eat a Path. No, maybe that's why I didn't play last turn, because I was potentially going to get a Gargadon. Let's continue to attack in, because if I'm going to go play Rest in Peace again, I mean Restore Balance, not Rest in Peace, sorry. I need to get rid of these creatures. And I think he knows that, so we're in a lot of trouble. I foolishly get the land. I just got the land for an Oblivion Ring, and taken out the Pride Mate and continued the beatdown. I don't know if that would have resolved things really, because we're still in a very sticky situation. But outbursting now is no good because we've got 2 creatures and he can just. So we're just dead here, so that was a bit of a mistake, really. But I don't know if there was a good way out of this situation. Kind of difficult, but maybe if I get more experience with the deck, then would have seen a way out of there. So let's move on to game 2. This is our opener. Kind of a risky keep. Just a lot of border posts with March of the Machines, but I suppose that can just be good in of itself. If we have a few border posts out, going to be 3/3 creatures. Seems fairly good. And if we draw into a Cascade spell, which we just did there, on play, then we're in a good situation. Or at least reasonably good. So I'm going to suspend the Greater Gargadon, which I just drew, and play another border post out. He's been quite conservative, but I'm trying to hope that he commits a little bit more to the board. Play the Squadron Hawk here. Just getting the 1 back. And I'm continuing to wait it out. I'm not really in any hurry at the moment to wipe his board, and if I can reduce the number of cards in my hand, then that seems like a good thing. I'm gonna go for it here. Don't know if I could have maybe waited a little bit longer, but I suppose I've got the March of the Machines here, so I'm gonna be in fairly good shape, I think. Regardless of what he's got left in hand, all these lands are going to go to the graveyard. He's going to have to discard quite a few down to 4, so I think we're in a fairly good position, and then we can play March, and we've got a lot of 3. So he just plays a land into a Serra Ascendant. He's not all that scary since he's only on 20 life. Get rid of all these revealed cards. I'm going to play March, step 6. He's going to go to 14. Thinks about attacking, but actually decides against it. I'm not sure if he would have been dead there. 9, 12. He's obviously going to block though, one of them. So he gets down to 3, and that's the game. So yeah, that worked out pretty nicely. Maybe a slightly risky keep, but worked out really well. Shows you the power of March of the Machines, and can work really well. He was being quite conservative, but it didn't really matter because we still had such a powerful hand. And I suppose if I'd been more aggressive with Greater Gargadon, could have won that way. But I think this was better because with Greater Gargadon, and it only costs 1 mana, so it can be an issue. So let's go on to game 3. See who wins the decider. So here's our opener. Kind of a risky keep. Simian Spirit Guide makes this slightly more keepable. Seems though we can probably... Well, actually, we still can't play a Violent Outburst, can we? Can't remember if I keep this. I think I keep this though. I mean, we can play Greater Gargadon and hope to find a green source, which I think is probably what we're going to do. Edge of Mountain and play a Border Post to start things off. Don't play the Soul Warden. I'm going to suspend my Gargadon. I'm going to play the Pride Mate, which is one of the more aggressive starts for that deck, which is unfortunate. It seems though we're still a little bit stuck here. Oh, but we do find a Scalding Tarn. At least still not going to... And we're going to take 5 here. Oh, make that 6. After he's gained a lot of life. Play first for knowledge, trying to find that green source. Ardent play, which works just as well. And we're going to sack our land to Gargadon. The only issue here is that he has a Sarah Ascendant, and he can just play that out, and it's going to be a 6/6. And there's not a lot I can do about that. Play my Oblivion Ring or something, just to buy some more time. But yeah, that's a pretty tricky situation to deal with. Not the best matchup, I don't think, for this deck. The White Weenie / Soul Sisters, just because they can get a lot of life, which means that they're going to last quite a while, and they've got a lot of cheap threats that are pretty powerful, particularly stuff like Sarah Ascendant. But still a good matchup. I think we showed a few of the strengths of our deck, so I think maybe a few tactical errors. Still learning the deck, so I apologise if made any major mistakes. But that was the game.